Hey everybody, this is Scott Roth with Vinnie Palm, better known as Vance Palm here at Podcast World. We're a day behind, but we're here. So it is a new month, February 2nd, and we've just come off a 3-game losing streak. And we have some big games coming up this week into next week before the All-Star game. And we've also added a couple players. And so we've been kind of busy doing a few things here and there. Also, we have an injury with Derek Byers that we don't know quite yet about. And so we're in the middle of the D-League, and this is what it's all about.
We are rolling with good news. Derek Byers down. We're 15-10. That'll go. Let that phone ring. I should answer it and just say you're live on a podcast.
That's all right.
So, Coach, we're not really, truly feeling the best vibrations right now, other than we got it all happening. His phone's ringing. My phone's ringing.
We got agents calling. We got doctors calling.
Let's go bad news first. 3-game losing streak, 15-10 now. We've got sharks circling the waters, trying to sniff blood from us because we were at the top or around the top for a long time, playing very well. Now we're going through that tough spot. Halfway through the season exactly, we played 25 out of 50 games. So let's cover the bad news first.
Well, I mean, the bad news is that we've kind of broken down in the last 2 or 3 weeks without question, especially with points in the paint and a high turnover ratio that we've been having, along with not rebounding. So those are 3 deadly combinations. And we've kind of hit all 3 of them right at a bad time, and some of it has to do with Mateen Cleese being gone, not really having a veteran point guard back there as far as turnovers, and a lot of it just has to do with effort. And so if we're not clicking on those areas, it's been a difficult stretch for us. The good news is we are 15-10. Last year at this time we were 3-22, and so if you look from last year to this year, there's been definitely a significant improvement, but we still have a long way to go. We have a lot of good things happening for us, and we'll just see how we get through the next couple weeks here.
All right. One thing about the D-League is if you go on the D-League website, nba.com/D-League, and you start looking at transactions, it's happening quite a bit right as we speak right now, and we're finally in the mix.
Yeah, we finally got to the top of the waiver wire. Also, with Mateen being down, I want to look at another point guard. So we brought in Terrell Everett from Oklahoma, 6'4" guard. A point guard actually at that size, can play a little bit of 2, but has been a point guard most of his career. And so we're giving him a look. He hasn't played a lot of basketball in the last 2 months. He's been sitting in the pool there, but he started off with Tulsa. And the guy scouted out with the Milwaukee Bucks, a talented kid, and really got involved quickly. I didn't know I was going to actually play him that many minutes, but he went out there and actually picked up things very quickly and did a nice job. And then being at the top of the waiver wire, then we just picked up yesterday Herbert Hill, Providence. Second-round draft choice. Utah got traded to Philly. Actually was playing for them throughout the summer and had high hopes for him, and then he had a knee injury. And so he's been kind of stymied by that over the last 7 or 8 months and just recovering from a knee injury that's kind of lingered with him, and now he's good to go. So he's probably, 2 or 3 weeks away from kind of being in basketball shape again. So he's a shot blocker inside, a little bit more of a rebounder, and a little bit a true post player interiorly with his back to the basket. So I think he helps us interiorly.
6'10", 240, led the Big East in scoring in 07. So here's a big body that's going to come in. Coach, now, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, maybe a bit too dramatic, but the Sharks circling in the water. Sure. Hey, the West is the Western Division of the D-League is no place to mess around. We have Utah tomorrow night. We're a half game ahead of them. It doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, I mean, it is what it is at this point, too. We didn't take care of some of our stuff at home and got us in this predicament a little bit. And then Utah's been playing very well, and some other teams that have started off slow are now playing very well. So it's kind of a catch-up game. I think in some regards, everyone in the D-League front office wants everyone to be around 500. That's, I think, their ultimate goal. So there's these kind of battles going on. But it's part of what the league's about. It's about getting new players, incorporating players, losing players, getting new players, and just seeing how things can shape itself out here. But we're in a good position. We still have to take care of our own home court, and I think if we can do that, that kind of puts us in the driver's seat.
2 of your colleagues, Coach Nurse and Coach Snyder, are going to be running the squads at the NBA D-League All-Star Game. It's a nice honor for those 2 cats.
Yeah, they've done a great job with their personnel and also with their players, obviously, and so to get in there is a nice honor, and to go back to Phoenix where there's some warm weather, I'm sure Nick Nurse for sure appreciates that, being up there in the cold, and just a short drive. a short flight for Quinn to go over to Phoenix.
Coach, right after this, I'm going to be writing a press release or a bit of an update for the newsletter that we're sending out now. And one of the big chunks that I'm going to be writing about is the big chunk of weight you've lost. Where are we now?
Yeah, I had my weigh-in, a week ago on Friday here. And I'm at 250 right now. Started at 291, but actually in some regards I was at 306 before I actually started the program. So
you're at 250?
250, and my goal has been to get down to 241, which would be exactly 50 pounds, pardon me. So I'm pretty close to that. I've lost 5 inches in my waist. I was at 46 inches. Now I'm at 41. I've lost 4 inches in my chest. I started out with 33% body fat. I'm down to 15% body fat. So
15% body fat.
When I played, I was at 8 or 9, and so
wow.
I'm doing well. The program's been fantastic. The people at San Joaquin and the bariatrics department over there have been tremendous. It's been a no-brainer for me. I thought the first week or two going there, like, what the heck am I actually doing this for? But it became so easy for me that, and it's worked. So. It's a nice combination, not really have to worry about eating. You're eating great food, and you can eat as much of it as you want, and you lose weight in the process. And the scary thing about it, as I tell everyone, is I haven't exercised one time in 3 months. Besides my usual routine of going and practice and those kind of things, but actually physically exercise, I haven't done it in 3 months and lost all this weight. When I'm usually at home in Phoenix, I power walk for 5 or 6 miles, which takes me about an hour and a half every day. So if I was doing that, I might be 175 pounds at this point. But it's kind of been a mind-blowing thing for me that you could lose that much weight. And it's a little bit easier for men to lose weight than women, but the fact is that I'm on my way to getting 50 pounds off.
Good for you. Tomorrow night, Utah. Thursday night, Anaheim. We have a little bit of home stretch. Well, we go to Anaheim on Saturday. That's just down I-5. Then
Sure.
we're back home on Sunday. So 3 out of the next 4 games at home. What have you been telling the fellas this morning?
Well, this morning we just went over some of the basic things. Eventually it's got to kick in with them that they want to do it. They want to have to defend. They want to have to take care of the paint. The excuses have to stop. We'll solve problems on the offensive end as we go. But eventually it's just a matter of tidying up some things, making sure that we're boxing out and we're giving up too many second shots. We've been a high turnover team the last month or so. We got to get that back down, and then we got to keep people out of our paint. Most of that stuff is all effort things. It's self-inflicted. It's not anything I can diagram or tell them to do in a practice. They actually have to just carry it out on the floor and do it. And so, hopefully, when you get beat up enough that and you get enough dirt kicked in you, that you finally just say enough's enough. And that's kind of hopefully where I think we're at the point.
Good luck this week.
All right, thanks, Vinny. It's always been great, and we'll see you next week from Podcast Land. Take care. Bye.
Later.